Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius November 17, 2022. Today's Sun-Mars quincunx can highlight very different drives. Temporarily, it may seem like more work to integrate them. The Sun, as it transits your solar second house, tends to keep you focused on building comfort and security. On the other hand, Mars in your adventure sector pushes an utterly different button, stirring up big needs, plans, and desires that have nothing to do with routine and stability. You may be able to satisfy both needs in moderate ways with a little creativity now. Lucky transits are also in play, and a winning attitude attracts positive circumstances, particularly related to work and business. Ideas are big, and the social side of a situation is a strong appeal. You are motivated to make your daily life better. You can see what has been blocking you in the past and how your efforts contribute to increased income right now. It's satisfying. Your appetite for pleasure is very strong. Sparkling fairy dust is blowing sweetly in the wind. The universe is now cosmically aligned. As your planetary ruler, sweet Venus, spins in the heavens, she will smile over to mighty Jupiter, the giver of miracles. Now is not a moment to just sit back and wait for love to find you. It's time to see what magic is in store. Enjoy yourself with fun and games at an amusement park, or spice it up with something a little out of your comfort zone that is adventurous. You'll be feeling stress-free, and it's time to live in the moment. If single, consider how you can circulate amongst friends and see whom you bump into. Follow whatever works for you. Now that Jupiter retrograde is in Pisces, you might feel more emotionally and intuitively attuned to the progression of your work life. But you might need some direction, so Jupiter retrograde's trine to Venus in Scorpio can help. Ask yourself what you want or need in your work life. Whatever you value may extend to your pay, habits, health, routine, schedule, and environment. You should consider dedicating your work life to becoming aligned with your values. By doing so, you may feel more fulfilled at work long term. After spending yesterday at a friendly aspect to lucky Jupiter in your work sector, as Venus leaves your income sector today, it is with a heightened sense of what's possible. Mercury too is spending his last full day in your income sector at a friendly aspect to Jupiter, but with his smart head for money lending itself more to the practical steps you can take in order to turn Venus desires into reality. The transit of the day makes you notice your successes more than your failures, and that's a great thing. Revel in all the things you do well that don't necessarily get noticed or praised by other people. You can affect your self-esteem just by letting in a bit of praise from your own internal voice. Congratulate yourself for getting in some yoga, for making a healthy meal, for communicating honestly with a friend. These are the things that create a healthy life. You can expect to be more mindful of your home life today. If there are things that don't suit you, or problems with family members, consider ways to improve the situation with a boost from the day's essence. Perhaps it's time to make a move to a better home environment. Talk things over with the people that this would affect to see what their feelings are about it. Use the day to communicate more effectively when it comes to your concerns, needs, and desires. Set goals with your family to strengthen ties. Thanks to her friendly aspect to Jupiter in your career sector yesterday, as Venus leaves your income sector today, it is with a new sense of confidence and of what's possible. Mercury, in his last full day in your income sector, is doing the same, with his smart head for money, and Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion's influence, coming together with the means and motivation to start turning Venus desires and expectations into reality. In the meantime, Venus returns to your communication sector to begin her mission to give your heart and your relationships a voice. It was just over 3 weeks ago that Venus was spending her final days in Libra, clashed with planets in your relationship sector. Today there is a complete turnaround, as the planet of love returns to your communication sector to begin a mission to give your heart and your relationships a voice. Over the coming weeks, Venus will form a friendly aspect to those same planets that just last month she was at odds with. Our eyes in the sky. The proud and bold Leo moon forms a square to the sun, allowing us to be assertive in our relationships and making us flare up with passion and excitement. While this day allows you to talk things out and get your point across, remember to be extra conscious and receptive to other people's thoughts so this strong energy doesn't escalate into arguments. A relationship takes more than one person, so be open to hearing what others have to say if you also want them to listen to you. Demonstrate to others that you can be a fighter when you need to be. Don't let people walk all over you. If you let them do so now, they won't be afraid to do so again later on. Whether you are at work or not, be sure to stand up for yourself. Your drive is strong, and you are encouraged by the people around you. You are ready to take the next step and you aren't afraid of showing yourself off to the rest of the world. There is great power in this type of confident attitude. Embrace it. The moon shares a connection with the nodes of destiny, bringing to light past emotional baggage to help us heal. Now is the perfect time to do shadow work to understand how you react to challenging situations. It's perfectly fine if you feel the need to spend the rest of the day by yourself. Make self-care a priority. Take a bath in the evening to decompress, relax, and have greater peace of mind. After midnight, Venus in Scorpio creates a trine with Jupiter in Pisces, allowing us to give and receive love. This aspect improves relationship dynamics by helping us to open our hearts and gain a greater appreciation for the people in our lives. If we are currently partnered, we can more easily relax with our loved one, deepening intimacy in the process. If we are single, this is a time of luck in romance. We may meet someone special through friends of friends, our spiritual community, or while traveling. You aren't afraid to be upfront with others. This is a good thing. Tell it like it is and be assertive with your information. This kind of approach may upset them, but ultimately it is in their best interest and yours. Don't shy away from the truth. You are in a position of great power. Even if you were not at work, it would behoove you to think about work-related issues. Do some planning for the future. Seeds planted now will turn into a tremendous harvest that you will cash in on down the road. Keep work-related matters out of your head. Thinking about work will only end up making you angry and frustrated. If you have to be at work today, try not to make any waves. Avoid contact with others as much as possible. Arguments are likely. In the morning, the Leo moon trines Chiron in Aries, allowing us to express our vulnerable side without shame. Events transpire which cause us to give new context to old hurts. Rather than clinging to the past, we can forgive our inner child for lacking the emotional literacy to defend themselves against former bullies or aggressors. By accepting this wounded part of ourselves, we engender psychological healing. It may be that we come to this personal realization as we guide another through a similar issue as the one we once faced.